Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. Well, it was a controversial end to this one tonight. For the second time in 3 games, the Edmonton Oilers and LA Kings go to overtime. The Kings get a power play again in overtime. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins heads to the box, and the Kings find a way to take home the 3-2 victory and take a 2-1 series lead. The Kings' goal was reviewed for a long time. It looked pretty clearly to me like the puck was hit with a high stick. I don't know, they reviewed it for a very long time. Maybe in Toronto they had a camera angle that they weren't showing us on the broadcast, but I don't know. To me, that looked like it was hit with a high stick, but at the end of the day, they call it a goal, so the Kings have this one. We can complain, and I don't want to go too much into the reffing. I mean, we can definitely find some things to complain about. I'm sure Kings fans can find things to complain about their way as well. At the end of the day, the Oilers lost the game 3-2, and Game 4 is definitely a must-win situation for the Oilers. If the Kings take it and go up 3-1, the Oilers, well, obviously we're beyond the edge of elimination there, so getting the split, going back to Edmonton for Game 5, tied 2-2, will be absolutely massive. Connor McDavid, the guy everyone wanted to get going, gets going tonight, gets 2 power play goals, 2 great snipes on Korpisalo. The Kings get the first goal in the game for the first time in this series, had the lead 1-0, but Connor, with a pair of power play goals, gave the Oilers a very short-lived 2-1 lead. The Kings tied it quickly 2-2 on a power play of their own, and that led us into overtime. And in overtime, like I said, the Kings with the controversial goal. Once again, I'm going to say it looked like a high stick to me, but unfortunately, defeatist attitude, I guess, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said, we can debate it all night long if we wanted to, but Jay Woodcroft, when he put up the challenge, he felt pretty confident about it. All the replays they showed us on the broadcast, that looked like a high-sticking penalty to me. It was not a high-sticking penalty, sorry. It was touched with the high stick, but it is what it is. Kings take the 3-2 victory. The refs certainly played a part in this hockey game. A lot of penalties called tonight. The Oilers going 2 for 4, the Kings going 2 for 5. Felt like the Kings had more than that, but either way, both teams taking advantage, getting it done when they needed to get it done. Adrian Kempe with his 3rd goal of the series for the Kings. He's been a big difference maker for the Kings so far in this series. Alex Iafallo with his 2nd, and then Trevor Moore got the overtime winner for the Kings. It's been tough, guys. It's been tough. Like, I'm not going to lie. Maybe we went into the series a bit too overconfident, but I haven't given up faith at all in the Oilers. I know a lot of people feel like this series could be over, but it's 2-1. We know how things went last year. The Kings are a resilient team. The Oilers have had the lead multiple times. The Kings have only ever really held the lead. Their 1-0 lead in this hockey game. The rest of the time, the Oilers have been leading, except for when the Kings score their overtime goal. So the Oilers have to take the positives out of this. They can still come back. It's 2-1. Nothing's over yet. All 3 of these games in this series have been really close. Both Kings wins have come in overtime. The Oilers basically winning a 1-goal game with the empty netter. So it's going to be a close series. It looks like it's going to go at least 6 or 7 here. So just got to buckle in, go with the ups and downs. Yes, Lenny pointing out the Oilers haven't been able to hold leads. And, I mean, let's face it, the Oilers were 16 seconds away from being up 2-0 in this series. And now they find themselves down 2-1. So it's a game of inches, game of mistakes. And the Oilers just have to be more opportunistic here in games, 4 or 5 the rest of the way here to try and get back in this series, get a lead. They really need a bigger game here where they've had 2-0, 3-1 leads, but try and get out to a bigger lead, and they'll just probably be more successful here, obviously. But it looks like it's going to be a tight series right to the finish here. Like I said, no team has really run away with any of these games. I felt like the Oilers have been the better team for the large portion of the time, but the Kings have been opportunistic. They're resilient. They come back, so give them a ton of credit for that. And the Kings are doing a great job of drawing penalties. The Oilers maybe have to do more to draw more penalties to get going their way, because the power play's been successful for them, but the Kings also getting a lot of success on the power play as well. Both of their game-winning goals have come on the power play. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what the solution is there, guys. I mean, obviously, getting a lead, holding on to the lead would go a very long way. If the Oilers can somehow find a way to stay out of the penalty box. There was a couple more needless penalties taken tonight. Again, 5 penalties. I think it was 6 in Game 1. They got them down to 4, I believe, in Game 2, and then another 5 tonight. So the Oilers still taking too many penalties. Not all of them their fault. And there's things that the Oilers aren't getting calls on either. Like we saw Connor McDavid pinned down in overtime. Looked like a pretty obvious holding call, but wasn't called. And I'm sure there was things the Oilers did that weren't called as well. But the reffing's just been all over the place. You wish the reffing could be a bit more consistent here. I think there's been things missed for both sides, but I'll say it one more time. I don't get how that overtime goal counted if they were reviewing whether the puck was touched with the high stick, because it was clearly touched with the high stick. But I don't know. We'll probably be debating that one again for a while. I mean, the Oilers coming up with 40 shots tonight. Jonas Korpisalo, absolutely huge, 38 saves. He's definitely been the better goaltender, I think we can safely say, through this series. Skinner's been good. Skinner, especially tonight, the Kings had a 2-on-0 rush, I believe in the second period it was. Skinner came up huge there, so we'll see what happens here, guys. But yeah, the Oilers have basically outshot the Kings in all 3 games, and they look like they've been the better team for large portions of it, but Kings finding a way, and they're up 2-1 here, heading into Game 4. So we'll see what happens here going forward, guys, but the Oilers clearly need a big Game 4, get this series tied, headed back to Edmonton. So I think that's all I got for now. Let me know your thoughts on Game 3, what the Oilers need to do to win Game 4 in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. And just a special thanks out to all of you who joined Toph and I for the Rig 72 live stream. We will be doing Game 4 as well on Sunday night, so please join us for the, I believe, the 7 o'clock start on Friday getting late, on Sunday for Game 4, 7 o'clock, Rig 72. Patrick, Toph, we'll have the not the play-by-play, but you can watch the game with us. Head over to Dolany TV for the play-by-play with Tyson. That's all for me for tonight, guys. As you can see, I'm struggling to talk. So take care, guys. I'll see you soon.